Today I want to make a short but important video about motivation and discipline. Maybe you have heard something like this before. Motivation is crap. What you really need is discipline. Just be a disciplined person and that will get you to your goals. I was persuaded by this kind of thinking for a while, but I changed my mind. If you're a runner, you will probably recognize this. There are some days that you plan to go for a run and you just don't want to go. You're just staring at your shoes, procrastinating. I also have those days, and in the end, somehow I always go, even if I don't feel like it. And many people wonder why that is. What drives me to go every day, especially if I don't feel like it. If you're looking at social media, some people say this is just because of discipline and not because of motivation. So if people say motivation is crap, I'm not really sure what they mean, because in the most basic sense, motivation is just what causes you to act in a certain way. So in that sense, you always have motivation, even if you think it's crap, because it's just a thing that drives you to behave. I think it's too simple to say you only need discipline and you don't need to rely on motivation, because we can make a distinction between different kinds of motivations. What I think is a misunderstanding is that motivation is a feeling that you want to do something. And of course, you don't always feel like doing the things that you want to do, and sometimes you give up on them. But is that because of a lack of discipline, or because you don't have a really good fundamental reason to do something that you need to remind yourself of? I always wonder what we actually mean with discipline. If it's something that you choose to be a disciplined person, because to me it seems that some people just are disciplined persons and some people are not. So what's the difference? I think it's ultimately because of motivation. That people who are disciplined have a really good reason to do something, and they know that it will be better to do it even if they don't feel like it, because they have that fundamental motivation. So in that sense, if you only focus on discipline, I think discipline is crap instead of motivation, because it will not get you anywhere. My conclusion right now is that you don't have to choose between being motivated or being disciplined. But for me it comes down to thinking about the most fundamental reason why I do something and reminding myself of that reason in the moments that I don't want to do it. And then the result is that I will get disciplined because I have a good motivation. I hope that makes sense. So the question is, what is your reason to run? Maybe you never really thought about it. If you did, please let me know, because I'm curious to hear what is your motivation to go, even if you don't want to. So what motivates me to run every day, even if I don't feel like it? For me, it's all about future perspective. I'm not disciplined because I choose to be disciplined, but because I choose to prioritize the future perspective over my current feelings. Because I know that I will be a better person if I go for a run. I have all this energy in my body and I need to release it somewhere. So if I don't go for a run, I will release it in things that are not desirable, like getting irritated or getting impatient, stuff like that. And it will affect my surroundings as well. But if I go for a run, if I run for 2 hours in the morning, I got rid of all that energy and I'm just content and I'm ready to start the day. That is my most fundamental reason to run, because it makes me a different person and it makes me a person that I want to be. This is also the end of week 6 of 2024. It's kind of ironic that I made a video about avoiding running injuries last week, because for a moment I thought I had injured myself this week. I had some discomfort in my shin, but I still ended up doing 100 miles. I did a little bit less elevation because I didn't want to take risk. I spent a lot of time on this field of grass over here, just because it's easier on the legs. So for all the people who subscribe to the channel, thank you very much for supporting. It's still the early days of my channel, I just started, and I'm also curious what you think is interesting to watch. I could talk a lot about training, but I'm a really philosophical guy as well, as you might have seen. So I also like to talk about mindset and the reason behind doing things. So let me know if you have any ideas.